All right, guys, on to the next segment. Want to talk a bit about, these are my high vis stripes. A lot of construction companies are going to require these while you're on site, just the same as a lot of really big plants require you to have those as well. So as you can see here, these are the ones I wear, or I try to wear when I'm welding. They're $20. Burn them up, throw them out, get a new set. This is my high vis vest. I use this more when I'm doing weld inspections, project management work, going out and doing measurements for job estimating, that kind of stuff. It's a really nice vest. I don't wear it when I'm welding because it's nice. I want to keep it that way. And as you know, if you want something, you want to burn something up, then you wear it welding. Now, speaking of trying to keep yourself from burning up, so these are my summertime arm protectors, and these are it's my leather half jacket that I bought when I was a first year apprentice and have used ever since. I use this when I'm arc gouging, when I'm welding overhead, anything that's going to throw a lot of sparks and give me a lot of burns. So I'd like to talk about respirators here. I personally carry these 3 in my truck, or I have them available to me. This is just my general grinding one. If I'm welding on anything, so like stainless, welding on anything with some heavy paint, I put the Darth Vader hoses on, which allow me to wear a bigger cartridge. It just flips over your shoulders and you're breathing through the hoses, but it'll let your welding helmets come down properly. As far as I know, only North makes this setup, and it works really, really well. Finally, I have the full mask with this, and I use this actually more when I'm painting. As a contractor, a sole proprietor, or however you want to say it, priming your work, a lot of structural steel stuff is required to be primed before it goes to site. It's a great upsell. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's usually getting walled up anyway. It just needs to be on there. It needs to be thick. So having one of these to paint with is really nice. So next, I kind of want to talk about gloves, and knee pads for that matter. And there you have a welder beanie. Keeps the sparks from getting in your hair. Keeps you from burning your noggin. That one probably could use a wash. So yeah, really good to have. You don't need it, but it'll make your life happier when you're not burning your noggin. Going on, knee pads. Guys, take care of your knees, because as you get older, kneeling in the gravel, kneeling on the hard concrete, it doesn't do good things to your knees. And as you get older, it'll be less and less fun. So get a good pair of knee pads and use them. With all this stuff, if you're not using it, it's not doing anything to keep you safe, keep you healthy, and keeping you in the trade for the long term. Keep in mind that this profession, welding, fabricating, mechanicking, millwrighting, it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You need to be here for the long haul, so you can learn and develop the skills to make yourself a master. Anyway, moving on. That was my rant for that. So here we have a couple different pairs of gloves. This is a pair of gloves that was supplied by an employer of mine. They're really thin. These ones don't have any holes in them, but they get holes in them really fast, which means you also burn your hands up really quick. In my mind, they'd make really good TIG gloves, but if I'm doing any serious welding, my personal preference is to go with something thicker like these. Now, keep in mind, there is a price difference to these. This is a $40 pair of gloves. This here, I think they're like $7 or $10 per pair. However, there are tricks you can do to extend the life of your welding gloves. So in my mind, spending the $40 isn't as big a deal because I can get way more life out of them than I can out of these. Now, one of those tricks is to get a pair of these. They're just a pair of work gloves. Nothing will destroy your welding gloves faster than material handling. Picking material up, moving it around, deburring it. There's always these little sharp edges, and they will literally, they just chew. This is a $10 pair of gloves. And between, I don't weld with these, and I don't material handle with these. And between doing those two things, I can make both pairs of gloves last my average is about 3 months. If I'm not super busy and I'm not working a lot, it's obviously longer. If I'm going hard and doing 12-hour days, then it obviously goes down. So that's kind of my advice when it comes to welding gloves. But when you're welding, find something that's comfortable, find something that will deal with the heat, and really pay attention to the holes, because you're going to get some really nice burns on your hands if you don't.